PSE is doing any advocacy activity, is someone from advocacy group.
Hey, Market Chameleons and everyone joining for the first time. Thanks for coming by and checking out the Market Chameleon pre-market show. Before we get started, let's take a look at the shared disclaimer. Please be aware that neither Market Chameleon, Dimitri, or myself are registered investment advisors or a broker-dealer. If you're searching for investment advice, please reach out to a licensed professional. This webinar, as all our webinars and shows, are for informational purposes only concerning Market Chameleon tools and products. With that, let's welcome Dimitri Pargamonic to the stage, who's going to be talking about spotting stock volume bursts. How are we doing, D?
Good morning, Will. How are you?
Great. Let me share your screen. There's the Market Chameleon landing page.
And good morning, everyone. I think what we'll do is first, let me navigate to a stock and show an example, but we're going to look at stock volume bursts, what they are, how to detect them. And I'm going to let's use Google in our example. So I'm going to type in Google. We're going to come to Google's main page, and on the left-hand side, we're going to navigate to price action. And then I'm going to close this menu to just minimize and expand our screen. And on the right-hand side, we have another menu here. And what I'm going to do is click on this trading hours and click on VWAP. Okay. And the idea here is we have this VWAP table. We have this VWAP table. And the VWAP table shows us statistics for trading activity, in this situation, Google, for each minute. Okay, so it takes the daily volume in Google, stock volume, and it slices it up into minutes. So every minute that we have trading, it starts 9:30 till 4. We look at the volume and the price action for that minute. And the idea there is that we want to see if anything within that minute was unusual, right? Because when we look at the total volume in aggregate for the day, it could be high, could be low, but in aggregate, it doesn't give us as much detail as if we go in and look deeper into the order flow, because there are certain things in there that could be revealing just within the order flow itself throughout the day. How do we get there? If the stock is up, how did we get there? Was there just a lot of volume throughout the day? Were lots of different, retail and players and institutional players were just, consistently throwing volume there, or did it happen really quickly in a minute where it went up and maybe something happened that minute? Like, how do we get those insights? Because when we look at the volume and price action, we want to try to figure out, well, what's going on. Okay. So that's why when we look at this table, then we could analyze it in those types of granular ways. And when we talk about a burst, so here's one over here at 357, we say there's a buy burst. And a burst is where there's a unusual liquidity event. There's something happen where, usually typically you see this amount of volume for this time of day for a minute. But sometimes we will see a big volume burst where that's a lot more trading than usual. Okay. And the burst could happen for different reasons. We could go in there and just analyze them, but first we need to detect them. But we could have a big volume burst where a news came out And based on that news, there was a reaction in the market, lots of, let's say, buy or sell orders, lots of volume in that minute, could have moved up a lot. But that could have caused the burst. It could be specific to the stock. It could be something market related, like let's say the Fed meeting makes an interest rate announcement. All of a sudden we see lots of program trading or things going on where a large burst happens. A burst could also happen because it's a reaction to a hedge and something that happened in the options market. So there are lots of reasons for this burst that you could go and detect further, but for today, we're just going to talk about the actual burst and how to detect it in the first place, right? So the first thing is, how do we even detect them and find them? So here, for example, if I hover over it, this burst is telling us, well, there's a bot burst, and the dollar value of this burst is 3.4 times the average, okay, than what we typically see for a minute this time of day. So you could see here, we're almost to the end of the day. So typically at 3:57, we do see an uptick in volume, just because there are, traders closing out of positions, establishing positions before the end of the day. But there was $84.9 million dollars worth of stock traded in this minute, and we detected, well, that is higher than usual. This kind of hit this threshold where maybe something to take a look at. Well, that's the volume, right? That's the amount of trading activity. But what about the price action, right? So we got this big volume. That's one piece of information, but how did that volume impact the stock, right? Because you could have volume where, it doesn't impact the stock at all, which could be a cross trade where, two different orders happen to meet in the dark pool, two blocks, they trade, that's one way. Another way is where somebody takes liquidity. And when you take liquidity, you can move the market, right? If you're trying to just scoop up and say, here's a lot of, limit order books in a book. Let's say I want to buy it, and all of a sudden I see, whoa, well, you know what? We reached the point where I see a bunch of limit orders that add up to, $80 million worth of stock I could buy right now, right? And you want to grab it before somebody else does, because that, if your intent is to buy it, right? Well, if I'm competing buying it and somebody comes in front of me, that means I might not get that liquidity. So when we look at that liquidity event, we'll say, well, what happened afterwards, right? What was the impact on the stock? So here we could see, well, we detected that this was a buy burst because that liquidity event pushed the price higher, right? So to push the price higher, you have to take limit orders off the book, right? You have to take limit orders off the book to push it higher, to go to the next level. Okay. So this detected a buy burst because we see that the VWAP price from the previous minute was up, and you could see how the stock did afterwards. It started floating higher, right? From 321.58, 321.86, 322, which, just looking at that alone, indicates that liquidity that was taken, the follow through was higher, right? There's less liquidity, on that sell side. So that's kind of like the information, or just looking at this one example, the insight we could get. Going next to here, there are other kinds of events that we might be able to detect in the market that could have caused that buy burst. and we list them here. Like, here's one. There's S&P 500 sell burst that wouldn't impact this. There's a S&P 500 bid fade. So nothing here in the market would help this buy burst. So it could be just specific to that stock, where at the end of the day, somebody saw liquidity, maybe took that liquidity because it was in a very short period of time. And that's kind of like the insight there. Now in Google, here's the summary of these bursts. So we only saw one buy burst, which was this on the day, no sell bursts. If you click on it, you can see the time, so today it was just one. But is that very unusual? Probably not in Google, because we could look at the 30-day average and could see that typically we'll still see, if we average out last 30 days, we see about 10 of these bursts on each side, 10 on the buys, 9 on the sell. You can see an average about 586 million on a day on the buy, 561 on the sell. So this was a small burst. It was just the only one that happened the previous day. And another thing here is that we could see the price impact wasn't that great. So it was 5 cents, which typically means that it could have been just where somebody saw that liquidity and just kind of took it and didn't have to step up a lot, right? Because if you look at the usual price impact, 37 cents, 39 cents, which would be the average impact of a burst. This one wasn't that great, which means maybe that the order book at that moment was thick, or there was a lot of stock maybe available in the dark pool that crossed, but the impact to the stock was less than what we saw typically for a burst. So I'm going to stop right there and throw it back to you.
Hey, great job, D. Thanks for bringing these webinars to the Chameleon community. You have a great start to the trading week, my friend.
Thanks everyone for joining. Stay safe out there. Have a great trading day.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, D. Thanks so much. Hey everyone, thanks for joining another Market Chameleon webinar. For everyone who's trading out there, have a safe trading day. Everyone, remember to like and follow us on all the social platforms. If you're on YouTube now, give us a thumbs up. Always appreciate us. Follow us and you'll get alerted to when we go live. We do have a show with Ryan today at 4:30. I'll be sending out an email for that. I don't have the link available yet, but that'll be a 4:30 show on YouTube. So everyone have a great day. Come by and check us out at 4:30. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Same Chameleon time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So everyone, please join us. And if you can't join us live, you can always check the webinars out on the YouTube channel. So everyone have a great, safe trading day, and we'll see you sometime in the future. Bye.